noon hour is here.
Check it out.
And you're locked on to Utah's highest rated, most listened to sports radio station.
It's my station. It's my station.
This is Hans Olsen and Scotty G on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Hey, welcome in 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Hope you're all having a tremendous day. It's a Thursday. Means it's a U preview show. More importantly, it means it's a Frank Dolce day today. Dolce de Frank. And off we go.
So when you're feeling down, kids, and you don't feel like you can take another step forward, just remember, do this one for the giver. Oh, Lloyd. You're cute, Lloyd. Pretty fun.
Am I? Okay.
Lloyd was
No.
bemoaning the fact that he doesn't think that I like him anymore. And I'm like, Lloyd, you're like one of my best friends on the planet.
That's true.
If you called me up and you said, hey, bring a shovel, we're going to the West Desert, that's all I'm going to tell you. I'd be like, Lloyd, let's roll, baby. Let's go.
You cut me yesterday a little bit with your comment. No one hurt me.
What did I say yesterday?
Lloyd, I want to know.
Oh, about not answering your phone?
Yeah.
Oh.
I want to know
because it felt very true.
What you said to Scotty about your expectations for this NFL season. I would just want to know, like, how do you think this NFL season is
Super Bowl
Hey,
or bust?
it can go. You never know which way it could go. Hopefully, some things are on the Raiders' side.
You know, I don't hate that. I really don't. I don't hate that or Sunday pancakes. It's just
I don't hate that or Sunday pancakes.
we just need to get out in front of these things and be honest and upfront with each other and not hide these things. So you feel like the Raiders might come out of the AFC West and out of the AFC?
No, I didn't say that. I just said, hey, hopefully, be nice.
He's feeling good.
What's giving you the hope? Is it the rookie Genty?
It's Genty, somewhat of a quarterback.
You're feeling that good about Trey Tucker?
Pete Carroll. Yeah, I think the ship is going to be righted a little bit.
Okay.
Enough that it's to be like, okay, much better.
Scotty, Pete
Yeah.
Carroll, over under 2 years.
Oh,
And now remember, he's 85, so
can you say 2.5?
that would put him at 80.
I feel like 3 years is like his max.
Oh, I think
it's
he'll
only
do 2.
It's righting the ship for somebody else to come in.
If I said 2.5, would you take the over? Because I'm taking the under. I think he gets 2 seasons, and that's it.
Yeah, I feel like 2. I feel like it's 2.
You're saying 2 seasons to not win. But if he were to win, he would stay. Or are you just saying?
No, I think 2 seasons total.
He's okay.
I mean, I think he only has 2 calendar years on the planet.
To be alive.
Yeah.
And then he's...
So,
Wow.
did you make that noise on air?
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying, you tell... This is what you made it sound like.
By the way,
like he's just going to die.
You made an accusation before the mic turned on that I don't think is accurate.
An accusation?
Yeah, that I used a terminology.
Oh, that is very true. And I have the audio, so are you sure you want to do that?
Do you really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Scotty, did I say that on air?
You remember, so don't go...
I think so, but it was a long time ago. We're talking, 12 years ago.
In fact, Scotty laughed and said, you can't say that on the radio?
Well,
That's verbatim.
I was in a bad mood at that time. I do remember I was in a bad mood.
That was one of our rougher moments.
I was in a very bad mood.
Well, I mean, you nearly died, so yeah, that makes sense.
He didn't nearly die.
I did nearly die, Scotty. Don't
I
trivialize this. Don't. You know that I nearly
you've heard
died.
this story. Yeah,
Both front tires blew.
They blew.
I fishtailed. I was going 65, slowed down to 0 within 100 yards.
See, when you tell me you were doing 65, I feel like that story's already untrue because I know how you drive.
Okay, but you also know the Ford Focus, its top end was 72. So, like,
It was back in the day.
yeah, that was the earwax Focus.
Yes.
Why is Frank texting me that he's already downstairs? Why would he already be here?
Are we starting the show a little early today?
Is it you? Preview show already? 3
Well,
hours?
If Frank wants to come up and talk BYU football this first segment.
Jeez, he'll sabotage it.
Scale of 1 to 10, boys. NFL starting tonight. Excitement level. Cowboys, Eagles.
Okay. The game itself, 6.8. The fact that the NFL's starting tonight, just the it's here, 17. Like, I am all about this year's NFL season.
So you're pumped.
You know, and then it's going to be like, all right, NFL. And then I'm going to watch the Eagles and Cowboys like,
Is there anybody that's passed that's giving you extra hope in the Broncos? Or are you just hoping that the Broncos...
I just have good hope that it's going to be a good year for the Broncos. I just feel good.
Okay,
You're feeling better than that.
But are there any...
Come on.
Are there any exterior reasons why they might be great?
No, not really.
No? Okay.
No, not that I can think of.
I'm gonna go on to a very controversial topic because everybody's hating on Jerry Jones. You asked me what we were talking before the show. You were like, well, you know, Cowboys, Philly. I'm not overly excited about it. I'd rather have some college football to watch tonight.
Yeah.
I had like a nice top 25 matchup. It'd be nice. Something good. There is none of that. Obviously, college football takes a little bit of break while the NFL kicks off. So you got Cowboys in Philly, and you asked, well, how excited are you? And I said, well, I'm medium excited. The only interest I have is I want to see the Dallas Cowboys. I don't think that they have a shot in hell to do anything. I don't. But after watching the Dallas Cowboys documentary, as big a puke as Jerry Jones is, and as much as people hate Jerry Jones, I came out of that documentary really wanting him to win another Super Bowl.
See, I'm really shocked by this.
Like really,
Like,
really badly.
Because everybody, I mean, it's like everybody wants to hate on Jerry, and you're not having it.
I'm not having it because Jerry comes across to me as the type of guy that will take his shots, he'll take his risks, you know, he'll spend his money, he'll go all in, and it's kind of a middle finger to everybody else who doubts me, who doesn't like me. I'll fire you if you don't like me. I'll trade you if you don't like me. I'm going to do it my way. And
You kind of see a little bit of yourself in Jerry.
a little bit. And I'm like, you know what? This whole thing is about entertainment. Now, it was about a job for me. When I was playing football, it was about a job for me. But now that I'm in the radio end of things, it's entertainment. Yeah, I've got to deliver news and be as accurate as I can, but it's entertainment.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones is pure entertainment.
No argument here.
He's 100% entertainment. You cannot get away from a Jerry Jones storyline. They are constant. They are typically big storylines. I mean, he just traded away his best pass rusher that he's had in the last 10 years.
Oh, yeah. Maybe the last 15.
Maybe the last 15. He just traded him away.
Yeah, see, if the Raiders do this and you're calling them out, but he does it's like, wow, brilliance.
Yeah,
Brilliance.
a little bit.
Brilliance.
If the Raiders got rid of Max Crosby, I'd lose my mind. Yeah, you're right.
Well, they did get rid of Khalil Mack.
But I'm attached to the Raiders. I'm not attached to the Cowboys. So I want the Cowboys. I just want Jerry Jones to win one. Is that completely
by the way,
absurd?
that is the most anti-Raider thing I've ever heard.
I
of
want
you say.
something good to happen to Jerry Jones. He has not had much good going
Much
in his
good
life.
luck. Oh, he struck oil. Boy, rough times. He needs something to go his way.
It's been a long
Kinda
time
reminds me
since
of
Jerry
you.
Jones has had some success doing it his way.
You just need something to go your way finally.
Hang in there. Hang in there, Jerry. It's going to go your way, buddy.
Hang tough.
You're going to be all right.
I don't know why. I honestly can't even explain it to myself. I just came out of the documentary and I was like, I hope he wins one. It's been a minute.
Yeah. Boy, I tell you what, the enormous middle finger that will come out of Dallas, Texas, if he wins one in the next 2 to 3 years after this trade. Whew.
Okay, but I also want to make another proclamation. Now, I want him to win one.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones, in his lifetime, will not win another Super Bowl.
No.
Yeah,
No.
So I want to make that really clear to everybody. Like, Jerry Jones, in his lifetime, will not win another Super Bowl. But I would love to see him win another Super Bowl.
But you're also talking about it's 85, so they could win one in 3 years, and good chance he's not around for it.
It's true, though.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, his health is not sterling.
Clock's ticking.
He's not been easy on his body.
No, a lot of hard living.
And he lives a very stressful lifestyle.
He's not the Frank Dolce of quality living.
No, he doesn't look like Frank, doesn't treat his body like Frank.
Yeah, I don't see him running a spinning class.
You know what's crazy is he and Frank are the same age. But you just see the difference in good, healthy eating and good, healthy living.
Yes.
You know, one shows very well, the other one very poorly. But I can't even explain it. I don't know why.
No,
you know what I liked? I liked that he pushed so hard against the NFL. And that they were like, no, it's Reebok only. And he's like, I'm going to walk out on the field with Phil Knight. Screw you guys. No, it's our products only. He does 3 or 4 different product reps, attaches them to his building. Because he's like, I got to find a way to pay for the talent I'm trying to put in here.
Yeah.
Like, this is still my product. I still own this. And they're like, nope. You got all these reins, and then you got all these other owners like, we're trying to build a product that we can all be proud of. And Jerry's like, okay, be proud of your product. I want to build something here. Jerry Jones has 10 times the NFL in the time he's been in the NFL. He's 10 times it. He's brought storylines. He's brought interest. He's brought players. He's brought coaches. He's brought storyline after drama, after more drama, after another issue. He attaches people and their eyes to the NFL.
He's Barnum and Bailey. There's no doubt.
He is. He's a circus.
But he's also had some ideas that, frankly, could have turned the NFL into the NBA very quickly. He was not about revenue sharing, and for good reason. Like, he's going to generate more money in Dallas than Green Bay is going to in Green Bay.
By a good amount.
The brilliance of Pete Rozelle and Paul Tagliabue was to tell Jerry, hey, guess what? It's better for all of us, yourself included, if we pool all the TV money together, all of this together, and then we distribute it out equally. He was anti that, and I get it, because he's a capitalist. He's like, I want my money. I generate my money. Let them deal with their own TV rights. Let them deal with all that stuff. I could be building a cash cow here. And but the NFL wisely said, no, we're going to spread this thing across and build everybody up. And in doing so, made Green Bay as equal. Like, nobody ever complains about going to Green Bay, a small market team. Nobody ever complains about it, but nobody wants to come to Salt Lake, or nobody wants to come to Oklahoma City, or, these other places in the NBA, because there's such a huge discrepancy of cash flow and, geography and all that stuff. But when everybody's playing under the same, like, Jerry Jones doesn't want a salary cap. I guarantee Jerry Jones doesn't want a salary cap. He wants to pay everybody way more than anybody else so he can build the New York Yankees. And I totally get that. Mm-hmm. But fortunately, the NFL hasn't allowed that to happen so that everybody grows because of it. And it's the most dominant league on the planet because of that. He's pushed a lot of boundaries, though. Oh, he has. He has pushed the league. And he's turned the league into an entertainment. Like, he's hit on the entertainment value of the league. He has. So I know people hate him, and I don't like him. But I do respect him. Respect the hell out of him, yeah. Just like I don't like Vince McMahon. I think he's a despicable human. But look what he's built. Yeah. A lot of despicable humans have built massive entertainment empires that have made my job and my life just a little bit easier, because it's like, sit down and watch some Cowboys. Scotty, I know you're a Broncos fan, but I know you in the early 90s, all of us in the early 90s, we couldn't help but watch the Dallas Cowboys, and we all have our favorites. Like, I always talk about Jay Novacek. Yeah. You've heard me. I mean, I've always been a big Jay Novacek fan. Just like the way he played. Old country, ran bow-legged, would take a catch and run into a safety. He didn't care. He would lead a catch into any big hit, and he'd typically deliver the big hit, come out of it still on his feet. I loved the way he played the game. I loved their offensive front. And so all of us kind of in the 90s, it was like, geez, it's one of the very few things I remember from my childhood of watching football was 90s Cowboys. Yeah. I mean, you either watched them because you hated them and you wanted them to lose, or you watched them because you loved them and you wanted to see them win. But bottom line is, you watched. Yeah. You couldn't help but not watch. And those showdowns between Steve Young and the 49ers, I mean, that was your Super Bowl every year. It was just the Niners and the Cowboys. Whoever won that was going to win the Super Bowl. Whatever happened 2 weeks later, you knew it was going to be a blowout and not fun at all. But that NFC Championship game was always high-quality TV. Must-see TV. What a wild series of football, man. So, to just answer the question. How much was Jay Novacek knee-deep in that White House, by the way? In the White House? Yeah. Oh. No, they didn't have Jay on the documentary. Oh, really? Where? That's a good point. No, they did not have Jay on the documentary. Jay. I bet he's in Wyoming somewhere, just living on a ranch, minding his own business.
From what I understand of the White House, you think Jay was in the White House?
No, I don't.
I'm wondering.
I mean, I'm sure there were very few Cowboys who were not involved in the White House.
It seemed like a pretty crazy time.
Yeah.
I bet he knows a lot about it.
Oh yeah.
But to just kind of move on from this, I would love to see the Dallas Cowboys beat the Eagles. I'd love to see them go on a nice run. I'd love to see the storylines of one more run for Jerry, or the end of an era for Jerry. But it's not going to happen.
How much do you think?
They're terrible.
You've been in that NFL locker room and you've seen guys go through contract disputes. How much is that locker room? I mean, are they anti-Jerry? We talk about the fans and what they think of Jerry for trading a pass rusher. What are guys in that locker room thinking when they lost who they all know is one of the best players on their team because an owner wouldn't pay him? Like, what's that like now in that locker room? I mean, I'm asking you to broad brush a little bit, but...
Well, all I can give you is my perspective of when I was in the NFL, and I was just holding on to every second, and my reps and my time was the only thing I could really focus on and pay attention to. I know that we'd be sitting in the locker room looking around like, how did this happen? And if we didn't have a good understanding, if he was a good team guy, and he's a good on-field guy, and it felt like he was a positive piece to the puzzle, everybody would be ticked.
Yeah.
In disbelief. But we would know if he was sent out for a reason, we would all know.
Yeah.
We'd all know. Like, there's charges coming down, or he was just a terrible teammate and always disruptive, or wasn't doing his work, or was way out of shape, whatever it is, we would know. And then we could justify it by saying, oh, this is happening. So you would have all the goods. But if he was a good teammate, as productive as he is, and our owner ran him out, yeah, everybody'd be disgusted.
Because I don't know if they talked about in that documentary, but they win that first Super Bowl and Emmitt Smith holds out.
Yeah.
And they start 0-2, and I don't know if it was Larry Allen or somebody after they come in the locker room without Emmitt Smith and they start out 0-2, he puts his hand through a locker or through a wall and yells so Jerry can hear him, sign him now.
Yeah.
And Jerry went and signed him, and then they ended up winning another Super Bowl.
Went on to the Super Bowl. Yeah. It did. It talked a lot about that. And it was interesting hearing Emmitt Smith tell his side of the story, and I can understand it too. But where Jerry was and where he was leveraged, he was leveraged to the hilt.
Yeah.
Back then, it was not. I'm sure there were some tough times financially, like, what are we doing? How much money can I spend? Where am I going to get the money? And then the NFL's like, and then the NFL's like, we're going to distribute everything evenly. And Jerry's like, well, that doesn't sound good to me.
I can make more money than these guys.
I'm making a lot more money.
Yeah. All right, 12:24. We're getting the wrap-up signal.
What is Frank doing here?
Frank, you're not on till 1, buddy.
Overachiever is what he is.
He said he's on when he says.
Well, we're talking BYU football next if you want to come in and.
Come on, Cougs talk.
Hans and Scotty, we'll talk a little Cougar football next. 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Let's go! Complete game coverage of the Cougars is right here on the KSL Sports Zone. The Cougars get set for a home showdown with Stanford this Saturday. Your home for the best coverage of Cougar football is right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. This is Hans Olsen and Scotty G, presented by Mountain Land Supply on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Woo!
Hans Olsen, Scott Gerard, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
We literally have like 2 people in the whole world that can crash the Hans and Scotty show.
Yes.
Coach Mack.
Yep.
And the great Frank Dolce.
I'd say maybe Tony Brown, too.
The downtown?
Downtown Tony Brown.
Oh, for sure.
When he brings in the donuts and the police officer.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. I thought you were talking about the old jazz announcer.
No.
That's Steve Brown. Jeez, you had me off my game for a minute. I'm like,
Whoa.
No, when Tony walks in, he's got the gun on the hip.
Tony's
and a
always
box,
welcome.
Box of donuts. Tony's always welcome.
All suited up. His brass is all shined up on his chest.
Yep.
Because we love the blue.
Yes, we do.
Frank, how
Crack
are
the
you?
Blue. Tony Box of Donuts.
We love him.
I had an uncle.
You call
think we used to call him that.
Tony Box of Donuts.
Tony Box of Donuts.
That does not surprise me at all.
There was a time, Frank, where Scotty and I were watching what we were eating, and Tony took that personally and started bringing boxes with donuts. And like,
Good for Tony.
interesting how you can't resist these, right? And we never could.
You know, once upon a time, we used to have a shakedown.
Yeah, that's right.
Scotty said when he said,
And I would bring shakes.
He said, I hope Frank brings a shake, because Scotty really wanted a shake. today.
Wait, Scotty, are you back on shakes?
No. But I there's like I allow myself a little slip up here and there, and it's been a minute, and so I'm like,
What's a slip up for you? What do you think? What do you consider a slip up? You look fantastic, by the way.
oh, thank you, I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
You know what? Just a couple bites, honestly. I'm boring now. I'm really boring. Like I would have 3 bites of a shake and like, all right, Lloyd, finish it off.
Yeah, I think that's okay though, because you still get and you don't have to. You know, sometimes if you have a whole shake, like then you just feel terrible.
Oh yeah, you feel miserable.
But a few bites of it,
yeah,
then you get all of the stuff, endorphins or whatever happens, and then you feel good and you just pass it on.
but the problem
I think
is
that's the way to do it.
see, like guys that are like you can have 3 bites of something and be like, oh, that really hit the spot. That was nice. A guy like me has 3 bites. You're like, oh, I want more of that. I want all of it. And so then it turns into a bad situation. So that's why I got to be careful.
Oh, I hear you. Is
No,
it
you
like
don't.
a mindset thing?
It's
You
just,
know, maybe.
I don't think it's
You
an
do-
addiction or
try
anything.
yoga.
It's just yoga, really.
Yeah.
Opens the mind a little bit.
I think so.
Frank,
I've not done it ever.
Have you felt any movement in like your metabolism or libido or anything like as you've gotten older? Because it seems like you're
Pretty
still as
exciting first week of
virile
football.
as you've ever been. Buffed up.
Barrel.
I can neither confirm nor deny any of your
Hey, can I?
stuff.
I've got a BYU question for you. A serious one.
Okay.
Did you watch The True Freshman?
Are you saying is BYU as virile as they've ever been?
Yes.
Yeah, I watched clips of it.
What'd you think of him?
Yeah. Well,
And what do you think of a
look,
true freshman
no,
nowadays?
I think it's really difficult to be in that position. And it depends on the individual. I guess one thing is if you follow high school football now relative to when you played high school football or when I played high school football, the training that kids get today is much more significant than it was when we played. I mean, we had a coach in high school that spent most of the day at the beach. And then when it was time for practice, he would show up in his board shorts, because he was an old high school football player. He still loved the game, but he really was more of he wanted to be a
Beach
surfer.
bum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the kind of training that we got. And so you had to have some natural talent, a little bit of luck and athleticism, and maybe they measured athleticism more than anything else. But today, I mean, you're talking about complex offenses, offensive lines making calls at the line of scrimmage, quarterbacks changing plays, having 2 plays when you go into the huddle, when you walk up to the line of scrimmage, making the change at the line of scrimmage, reading complex defenses that are disguising coverages and shifting people at the line of scrimmage. And everything has changed. So the level of preparation for high school kids today is much more significant going to the next level.
It's funny, like even my 14-year-old's playing freshman football for the first time, freshman first time. And so this is his first taste of high school, and was in spring football, summer conditioning, all this stuff. Like when I played in the middle of nowhere, Idaho, you'd show up in, end of July, early August. Mm-hmm. They'd hand out your pads. You'd play 2-a-days, play a season, and you turn your pads in, and you wouldn't even think about football until July of the next year. Mm-hmm. And, that's not the case around here anymore. No. That's not the case with the kids.
No, not at all. I mean, there's leagues that are happening during summer. There's camps that are going all summer long. Not that that's different, but it's much more expanded. And not just the physical training, which I think has taken a big step forward, like conditioning and weight training and how to prepare yourself physically for a football season. They do nutrition training. They do mental health training, like preventative sort of stuff, or how to have the proper mindset going into a season. So it's an all-consuming type of preparation that these kids get today. And that that's something that didn't even happen at the college level until relatively recently. So about a true freshman going in, I still think it makes it's a really difficult transition because the size, the speed of the game, you have to be able to make decisions much more quickly, and the margin for error is just so much smaller. So anytime a true freshman can go in and have success and feel confident in the way that they're playing, delivering the football, managing a football team, I think that's very impressive.
So I've always felt like there's a major difference in where we were. Mm-hmm. And then I started to see some of these recruits come into the state that were signing with BYU and Utah, and they should be prepped guys. And I'll go to one specific back in what was the announcement for Jake Heaps and that crew?
Oh,
was that 2009?
Yeah.
2010?
Maybe a little earlier, 08, around there, 08, 09, yeah.
But you remember when Jake Heaps came in, they were talking about how he is the most designed quarterback. He's trained since he was 8.
Mm-hmm.
And he's had the top-end trainers and the best everything. Mm-hmm. And I remember that year, Riley Nelson started the first 2 games, the Washington Air Force game, and then they rolled Jake Heaps in, and Jake could not find a win. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was 3 or 4 losses in a row. And I remember thinking, okay, well, you've built me up with this whole, and I think it was Brandon Doman.
Yeah.
The OC.
Yeah.
You've built me up with this whole, the kid was built from 8 years old. He's more primed and ready. You're sitting Riley Nelson, who at the time I had a lot of respect for.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like, man, that dude's a gamer. He's a baller. And then Jake Heaps just kind of fizzed out, guys. He practiced really well, and he looked clean, and he had all the right mechanics, and it felt like I had the right mechanics and timings and steps. And then you get in a game, and you're like, well, it's not.
It doesn't translate.
Mm-hmm. So I know, like, you can put all the time and effort. Look, I know because I put a lot of money and time and effort in my son before he decided to serve a mission. And
so you must have done something right.
Yeah, he
Good
did.
for you.
He did.
Well, yeah, I got him up to 420-pound bench before he decided to leave on a mission. That's about the only thing I helped him prepare for. Mm-hmm. But
now he can bench rusted out Jeeps.
Now he does bench out rusted out Jeeps and ponies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sir, can I lift your horse? Yeah, whatever. But you know what I'm saying, Frank? So, like, I know Bear Bachmeier's had the training and signed at Stanford and in spring and then transferred. And I saw him in one game, and I see some release motion. I actually like the high tip release. I like the things that I see. He's a high, tall body and a high, tall release. I like that better than short, squatty, and sidearmed.
Or 6'7" and underhand. That was Travis Wilson.
Yeah, that was Travis.
I mean, he almost threw the ball underhand.
Yeah.
There were some.
I don't know how a guy that tall can have so many balls batted down.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And set all the records that he did in high school. What coach was he aligned with who never said, we should probably think about changing that throwing motion?
Can you at that point?
in high school. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, in high school, yeah. I thought you meant
that
college.
wasn't something he developed when he got to the University of Utah. That was
all the
way through all along. Maybe they thought he was the next, I don't know, Bernie Kosar, who miraculously survived with that. It's like a Jim Furyk. Like, how does Jim Furyk have that golf swing and is so successful? Like, that's the funkiest golf swing that anybody's ever seen, but it still works. Anyway,
Frank,
we got off topic.
A true freshman against Portland State. Like, how much is there anything that you can take away? He was 7 of 11. His rushing was good. When he would take off, he made one Portland State defender whiff, fell right on his face. It was a Portland State, I think it was a nickel that came up.
Yeah, I want to say
either
that.
a nickel or a free safety.
Yeah, I think it was,
Came up, and he gave him a wiggle to the outside and juked back inside, and the kid dove and landed on his face, and Bear got in for a touchdown. But let's just say that you're coaching this BYU team against Portland State. What do you take away from Bear Bachmeier? Do you feel a ton more confident?
Yeah, because he came out of that successfully. But I mean, what did you run for? 400,000 yards.
470 yards.
Some ridiculous amount of yards.
I think it was
You're never going to lose that game, by the way.
No,
when you run for 400 yards.
and
okay,
they're never going to lose to that team either. So I mean, that's about as bad of a football team as you're going to find.
When you do that, when you do that, that gives a quarterback a lot of confidence. Not much pressure on a quarterback when that's occurring. I think what you come out of that with, okay, we have a baseline. There's something to build on, and so that's what you start doing here. What happens to him if BYU's rushing the ball for 50 yards? Like, oh no,
and are down by 10.
Oh no, it's 3rd and 8, and we're on our own 20-yard line. Like, what are we supposed to? Are we going to just punt away, or are we going to put it in his like? But so now you have this foundation, and you start building off of that foundation. What are the things that you can pick out that he did well, and you can build? What are the things where you think, this is where we need to focus this week in practice, because I think you struggled a little. You came up to the line of scrimmage and you didn't have this really. You looked at this, you made this call. I'm not sure that was right. Let's work on those things.
By the way, Aaron Roderick, I thought was brilliant, just in his play calling and usage of Bear Bachmeier. Mm-hmm. First play of the game was a little screen pass. Just get the snap and a shotgun, flip it over to a jailbreak, and let it rock and roll. Mm-hmm. And everything that Roderick did was 6- and 7-man protections, always. Mm-hmm. Typically 2 routes, really 2 primary routes, 1 flare route. So you had 2 decisions that you had to make. And you got to make your best decision based off of safety alignment and initial press. Mm-hmm. So he simplified it. And to your point, the running game supported him. He never got hit. He made most of the throws. He had some errant throws. There's no question. He had some errant throws. Mm-hmm. Bad. Mm-hmm. But he made 7 of 11 and did his job. I thought it was brilliant because he's got to be coming into the Stanford game with all kinds of confidence. Like, my line can protect. My running backs can run. My offensive coordinator can call and make me look good. And right? I mean, he's got to have the confidence.
I'm sure he's coming out of that game with a significant level of confidence. The issue is, I think it's a lot of teams coming out of week 1 that kind of went through and won games the way that they did, like, Utah and BYU, and I think you put Utah State maybe in that category as well. Like,
good win.
Those are confidence building wins, and so you go into the next game feeling like, this is if we do our job, then we'll win this game. The issue is you just have to see. You have to see people under pressure before you can really make a strong evaluation of how that team would react.
Yep.
That is so true.
And that's all aspects of life, too, not just football.
Yeah. It really is. But with football in particular, it is such a telling. And it's weird because some guys will play 5 times better. Mm-hmm. Some guys will fall flat on their face, and they just fold and disappear. And so I'm excited. I want to see what Bear Bachmeier is in those moments. We have no idea. Do you know, how well do you know the area of California that he came from, Murrieta?
Fairly well.
Is that high-level football?
I would call that high-level football.
Okay.
Yeah. I would call that high-level football.
So he saw some really tough competition at the high school level then. And felt heavy pressure at the high school level.
Yeah, I would think that that's a really good training ground, no doubt. I would think that's a really good training ground.
Hans and Scotty, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone, 1248. Coming up next, a little bit of what you may have missed, and we'll continue on with Frank Dolce, who will join us apparently in the 1 o'clock hour today. Hans and Scotty, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone, Wolves.com.
Nobody gets you ready for Utah football more than the KSL Sports Zone.
Ready?
It's the home opener for the Utes as they battle Cal Poly in Rice-Eccles Stadium. Your home for the best coverage of Utah football is right here on 97.5 the KSL Sports Zone. This is Hans Olsen and Scotty G. Presented by Mountain Land Supply on 97.5 the KSL Sports Zone.
Hans Olsen, Scott Gerard, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Frank Dolce hanging out with us as well as we get you ready for another weekend of college football. NFL, though, kicks off tonight. Cowboys, Eagles.
Frank, you heard my take on Jerry Jones. Do you want to see
that.
Jerry win or Jerry lose? There's two types of people in this world.
I'm not a Jerry fan.
So you can't even appreciate the good that he's done?
What good?
He's just brought storylines, interest, generated crazy storylines.
Yeah, that's what he's done. That's not serious. That's not serious football.
Is that on the air, Lloyd?
Oh
Jeez,
good. Wow. I didn't know what to do with that. He's brought storylines, but it's like that's more like Kardashian stuff. Like Jerry Jones is the Kim Kardashian or the Kardashians of the NFL. What has he won lately?
Nothing.
He's proven to be a terrible manager
Okay, what
of a
about
football team.
As a
with
quarterback,
all of the resources.
I thought you'd like this a little bit because as a quarterback, he stayed with Tony Romo way too long. He stayed with Dak way too long.
He's staying with Dak way too long.
Way too long. I mean, Dak has ripped limbs off, and it's still like Jerry's like, get him a bionic one. We'll put him back out there.
Put him in there.
We don't care.
Back. He's going to prove his loyalty.
He's our quarterback. But then he'll be like, so how many sacks you had? Oh, 18 and a half? Let's get him out of here.
Now he's into proving loyalty. Now he is. Because he was so ridiculously disloyal to Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson would have won another.
They would have had another 3 or 4 in them.
Super Bowls.
Easy. He won one with Barry Switzer for crying out loud.
With Jimmy Johnson's team.
Yeah, with Jimmy. That's what I'm saying. That team was stacked. If they had a quality coach, they would have gone on a unprecedented run.
I'm fairly certain that Barry Switzer didn't know that the team was still following the Jimmy Johnson playbook.
Oh, yeah.
He was coaching. That's why they won another Super Bowl. Like that. So Jerry Jones, to me, that was...
All right, well...
And the way he managed that whole takeover.
I stand alone.
Tom Landry.
I stand alone.
You're a man.
Lloyd's looking at me
Yes,
like...
you do.
You're a man on an island.
You're a really stupid opinion. Well, I want him to win. He's not going to. Like I told Scotty, he will not see another Super Bowl in Dallas before he goes.
I know. It's so funny to me. Like, that's your take.
I don't know why.
I want him to win. I want
figure it out.
I want
I really can't figure it out. I'm like, why? I can't. Have you watched the documentary?
No,
It's brilliant.
am
I
so
loved
lacking in interest on the Dallas Cowboys, which used to be my team, that I said to Lloyd as we were standing here, like, what documentary? What's he talking about?
Really?
What is so compelling?
Wait a minute, a Southern California guy
What's
and the Cowboys were your team?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, the Cowboys would come to train in Southern California.
Oh, that's true. What, Oxnard?
It was something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
so we'd go out to the camps, and having the Dallas Cowboys there, like, that was unbelievable. To see those guys running around, Roger Staubach, Danny White when he was just a punter, before he was a punter and a quarterback.
Before he was making Hans' life miserable, making him show up to work on the day his poor dog died.
Who's that?
Danny White.
Oh, I know. What about Danny? Sorry, you lost me, Frank.
You lost him at Oxnard.
You lost me when you started talking Oxnard or whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, did
Anyway.
you see?
Yeah, they were my team.
Hey, the Denver Broncos spent every penny they've ever had to sign Nick Bonito.
Oh, did he get his deal?
Oh, yeah.
Did it come down today?
$106 million.
Well deserved.
$70 million guaranteed. Another, what is that, $14 million in bonuses, so he could get to $120 million.
That's that Walmart money at play right there.
Nick Bonito is now the highest paid player on the Denver Broncos.
Should that be the case?
I don't know. Scotty knows that talent.
Yeah.
Really?
Edge rusher.
What does that
And
do?
right now you get Bo on a rookie. You got as long as Bo's on his rookie contract, yeah.
What does that do for John Ellis when he goes to extend?
Ellis is going to get some money. Ellis is going to do just fine.
Because that kind of sets the standard, but it also takes the money for rushers.
If Ellis continues on his trajectory, he'll be signing a very nice contract here in a couple of years.
You saw Corinne Reed made that team?
Yeah. Well, he should. Like that was one of those, to me, that was one of those head scratcher. Why didn't people recognize this talent? And maybe, I don't know, was it the injury stuff?
Yeah.
Missing games? Like that is a missed talent right there. So I was not surprised at all that he made the team. I wouldn't be surprised at all if he became a regular contributor. A very productive guy on that team.
In fact, Sean Payton, no, actually, I take that back. George Payton, the general manager, talked about Corinne Reed making the team. He said he's everything we want in a football player. We've had good luck with those Utah guys. We just trust them. They're smart and instinctive. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. These, Utah players have developed a reputation because Kyle puts out good players in the league. Like, if it's 50-50 on a roster spot and one guy went to Utah, you're like, I'm going to give him the edge.
Yeah. Well coached, well trained, understands situational football, all of the good stuff. And some of those guys came in with a chip on their shoulder. They're not the highest level recruits most of the time.
Yeah.
Three-star kind of guys. And so some may have the physical attributes, but they also have to develop the IQ about the game. And that may give them a little bit of an edge as they move up to the next level.
Do you need to have that before you show up to college? Is that some part of it? Do you recruit IQ or can you develop IQ?
That's a really interesting question, and I think that we've seen this happen. Guys come in, you may say even equal talent, like really talented, two really talented guys come in. One guy figures it out, and he does all the right things. He's in the weight room, he's training, nutrition, but he's also he's watching film. He's studying the playbook. He's talking to coaches. That guy figures it out. And there's another guy who is maybe a freak athletically, works out hard, runs around. Like when he's running around on the field, you think this guy's going to dominate, and then never figures it out, kind of washes out because he never developed the mental part of the game. And as you go level to level, that just becomes much more significant. I always say that, Peyton Manning maybe never threw a spiral in the NFL. He was not the most talented quarterback.
Not by a
long shot.
Yeah.
But it's like he walked up to the line of scrimmage. You know this better than anybody, Hans. Like, he could walk up to the line of scrimmage. He knew where he was going to go with the football. And if something changed while he was taking a drop back, he knew exactly where to go with it next. Like, he was just smarter than everybody else. I feel like the same thing with Tom Brady. Tom Brady, maybe not the most athletic, gifted. I don't think that he always put the ball on the right spot, but he knew where to go with the ball almost all the time. And he's a guy that survived in the league with barely a running game that supported him half the time.
I'll tell you what proved that beyond anything. Coming back to the game around age 40 and winning a Super Bowl with the Buccaneers. Mm-hmm. Because it just showed his brilliance. Mm-hmm. It showed his acumen and his touch.
And watching Bill Belichick at North Carolina.
Oh,
dude, nothing.
Wait, was anything better than that? I'm not kidding. Like, I used to be a Belichick guy, and this whole craziness that he's been living recently, it's like it's taken the shine off of Belichick. And so why was that game one of the most interesting games to me over the weekend?
It was the car crash syndrome. You knew something was going to happen.
Hey, Scotty asked me this. I'm going to ask you, have you ever seen a coach's wife down on the sideline while the game's in action?
Oh, while the game's in action?
Yeah.
No.
Go and talk to the coach?
Because it was in action, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. No, I
Was
want to
at
say it's
halftime?
between the
It was
third and
pregame.
Oh, I thought it was between the third and fourth.
No,
Yeah.
I thought it was pregame.
No, it wasn't pregame. No, I know it was during the game.
The game was out of reach, but it was during the course of the game that she went up and talked to him.
Well, she is his manager, right?
Well, in North Carolina, like she's given.
She's the agent.
Yeah.
She's the manager. And then they started this. What
Production company.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
what was the name of the production company? Do you remember?
I don't.
Gold Digger.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
What?
You can. It's probably worth a Google. If I'm making it up, then I'll apologize. but
Okay. Yeah.
I think you may have got pranked.
Hans and Scotty, 97.5, the KSL
I'm
Sports
looking
Zone.
that up right now.
Your Ute preview show kicks off next, right here on the Zone.